Right, it is day 1 of episode 3 of writing a book on YouTube, and so far, how many words have we done today? We've done 1,211 words today. It's just coming up to 3 o'clock. I had a bit of a breakthrough today. For the past couple days, I've kept it kind of quiet and to myself, but I was having some problems with my outline. I had planned a thing that didn't feel like it was working anymore. And it was the next big key event that was to take place in the book, and it felt like it was happening in the wrong place, in the wrong time. It just wasn't working, it had to change, and I've been contemplating it for the last couple days, and I haven't written anything since Friday. But I think I've actually figured out how I want it to go. I know it probably sounds like a small breakthrough, but it's not. This is a big thing because it's important to the story. It's something that I thought that I knew had to happen at some point. But I thought it would need to happen like a lot later, but it's just not how it's supposed to go, so I'm bringing it forward. I'm gonna do a video about outlining if it's not already up on the channel already, but sometimes it doesn't matter how good your outline is. Sometimes your characters just decide in the spur of the moment that they don't like it. I think I just came up with a title that I don't hate. I think I might have a name for this book. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, I think it's really good. I can't tell you what it is, because it's a massive spoiler if I do. But, I mean, not a spoiler for the book. I mean, I'm not going to spoil the book in the title. But I gotta wait, because it's subject to change with publishing. They can change the title if they want to. But we'll talk more about that later, but oh my word, I think I just figured out the title. Now I've gone and irritated the crap out of myself because a few months ago I decided on a particular character's name and I wrote it down, and it's not in my notebook. It isn't in here. Where did I write it? Because I can't remember what it was. And I've spent the past hour going through all my notes trying to find where I wrote down this stupid name, and I can't find it. So now I'm on Fantasy Name Generator trying to come up with something to replace it because I can't bloody hell figure out what it was. So I went out for the evening, came home and finished my 2,000 words for the day. We're sitting at 32,000 words. At the end of the day, it is 11:26 currently. As annoying as it was that I lost that character's name, I found a new one that'll probably work. It's subject to change like every other name in this book. Speaking of which, I changed my main character's name again. That's 5 times now. I've never struggled with naming characters before. They're usually just like, hi, my name is this, and this is my story. She's just like, this is my story. But I'm just not gonna tell you who I am. I really love this character, but damn, just pick a freaking name. I'm ready for bed. Tip for the day for if you're writing, read. Read a lot. If you wanna write a book, read books. Gain knowledge from other people's work. You'll learn how to write well. Writing a book isn't the hard part. Writing it well is the hard part. The first book I ever wrote, I was 15 when I wrote it, 16, 15, and I look back on it now and my story was solid, but my writing was absolutely terrible. But that's something that comes with experience and time. You learn how to write properly and write well. But if you want to get good, you need to be reading all the time. It has come to my attention while editing these vlogs that I'm a little pig. That I eat a ridiculous amount of junk. It's all chocolate and chips and chocolate and chips. And this wasn't in the last vlog because I was ashamed. But I walked down to the shops at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon to buy an entire cheesecake and then eat it all by myself while I was writing. So, we need some balance here with what I'm eating. So tonight it is a nice, healthy spinach and I don't know what, butternut salad and a pasta, because I've got to have something unhealthy in there somewhere. So it's a creamy pasta. Yeah. Shameful. It's day 2 of episode 3 of writing a book on YouTube on the 13th of July. We've reached 24 a while ago. We reached 34,000 words today. I didn't do a whole lot of work last week. I know. I should have just dragged my sorry ass out of bed, put my book down and done some writing, but I didn't. But I am actually on a bit of a roll today. We broke through a particularly tricky part of the book that was just a little bit hard to decipher how it was gonna go. We got through that and now we're onto a nice bit that's like flowing really, really fast. We've written 2,000 words so far today. I'm gonna try to write about 1,000 more, maybe 2,000 more. You never know. We have days like that where we write a ridiculous amount of words in a whole day. You have days where you kind of think, is this any good? Is this like, am I kidding myself with the story? And then you have other days where you're just like, damn, this be good. But I think it's quite normal to have those days where you kind of doubt what you're doing. First drafts for me usually have a couple tears, a couple moments of, ooh, is this any good? And then the second draft is just crying through the whole thing because it's just like, oh, this is trash. Trust me, it's not trash. Every first draft is rocky. You have to get through that before you get to the smooth sailing part. That's when you're doing your second draft and your third draft and however many drafts it takes to finish the book. That's when you smooth it over. Because the first draft is just getting the idea and the words and the story and the structure down on a page. Your first draft is never going to be the thing you publish. Never. There has never been a first draft perfect enough to do that. So if you do have those days, whether it's in your first draft or any other draft, where you're feeling like you can't write or you're not as good as you thought you were, or the story is weak, no, it isn't. Keep writing, push through it. Trust me, it's a lot better than you think it is, and it will only improve. If you think it's trash, the only way it can go is up. I'm loving all of your guys' comments saying that you're writing books. Please keep writing them. I want to read them one day. Procrastination is the word of the day. And it's the word of literally the entire day yesterday because I got up meaning to do work. I did mean to, but I discovered a new TV show, which is a fatal error when you're writing a book. Don't try new TV shows because you get sucked in and you can't help it and you just want to keep watching, and then maybe next thing you know, it's 6 p.m. and you gotta make dinner and you haven't written any words yet. This morning I was like, okay, we're gonna go about this a different way. We're gonna actually like really put some effort in. So I got up at a reasonable hour, I took a shower, and then while I was like doing my makeup and brushing out my hair, I was like, I suppose I could just watch one episode. And then by the time I was done with my hair and my makeup, I was only halfway through the episode and I was like, well, I can't just only watch half an episode because that would be crazy. So I decided to watch the rest of the episode. And then I realized that my favorite YouTuber had put out a half-hour video and I watched that while making food and hot chocolate. And now it is 18 minutes past 2 and I've done absolutely nothing. And I had this whole big plan about wanting to get to 50,000 words of this book by the end of July, and it's the 15th and we're still at 34,000 words, I think. How many words are we at? 34,123 words. That's where we're at, and I wanted to get to 50 by the end of the month. How many do we have to do in order for that to happen? How many work days are there left in the month? Also, my plant has gnats. They're little flying insects. Oh, those leaves aren't looking too healthy. Sucks. On top of it all, in amongst all my procrastination, I didn't even bother getting out of my pajamas. I just gotta keep writing. We just gotta keep writing. Some days this is hard. Some days you look at your word count, it's still sitting at just under 35,000 words, and you think, this feels a little impossible.
So sometimes authors have a bit of a rough time.
This sucks! And now that I'm writing it, it's just like, it doesn't go here. It does, which means I don't know what goes here. And it means I've been staring at my computer all day. I'm actually having a temper tantrum.
We have ice cream in the freezer.
Have ice cream? What bloody scene is supposed to come here? I'm pissed off. Can you tell I'm pissed off?
No, not a bit.
I've only written 1,000 words and what time is it? It's 4 o'clock.
Eat some ice cream.
And my plant has gnats. It's like a petting zoo in there and they keep trying to fly into my face. So about yesterday, just a hard day. It's just a hard day. And now I am having a little pity party and we're gonna try to get some words down today. I had a bit of an epiphany at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up all like, oh, I have an idea, gotta write it down. So I think I know where this scene is actually gonna go because the scene that I thought would go here just didn't work and I was beating a dead horse. So it's time to throw it out and try again. We didn't even hit 1,000 usable words yesterday. We are at 34,883 words. So we wrote 883 words, which may be our worst day yet. Okay, so we have not had a successful 2 days at all, but we have reached 35,000 words. While this has not been ideal, it happens, and it's kind of just something you have to live with when you're writing a book. Sometimes you get a little bit lost or stuck and you need some time to think it through. Don't force it, because then you're just gonna write crappy stuff. Instead, contemplate, think, look at your outline, and don't panic. It's okay. You will figure it out. I don't know what the date is. Why did I start recording before I check the date? It is Monday, the 27th of June, and I took some time off to figure out my crap because I went into writer's block, which sucks. Which basically for me, a lot of people, it's because they just don't know where they're going. For me, it was that I knew exactly where I was going, but the way I was getting there wasn't working. I took some time off. I did some reading. I did some plotting, I had a look at my outline, and I did a lot of thinking, and I found a new way to achieve my goal, which is great because honestly it was feeling pretty bad last week. We will reach 40,000 words by Wednesday or Thursday. We are at 27,000 words now. Like I said in my last episode, I wanted to reach 50,000 words by the end of July, and that's not happening, but I do have a good other reason why. I'm moving on Friday, so I'm gonna start packing up my bookcase for the new house. We're gonna have a chat about writer's block later, but we're gonna do that in a little bit. For now, we're gonna start packing up all of this. Starting to blur together. It's the 28th of July and we are at, how many words? 39,000 words. So we are actually really close. We'll probably get it tomorrow, which will be a relief because this has actually been the hardest 10,000 words of this book so far. It's hard. It's hard. Writing a book is hard. It's not as simple as just typing and it's not fun. That's not how it works. This is blood, sweat and tears and time and thought and energy. It's hard work. It's especially hard work when you're in the middle of moving house. I have written 2 pretty important scenes, but I was looking at them and I was thinking that they were in the wrong place. So one of them is moving down the document a little bit and the other's moving up. A bit of editing going on, which I actually really love doing. I get a real kick out of reading through my work and then making it feel all beautiful. I got to do a bit of that today, which was great. I am a little bit worried I'm not leaving myself enough words to get other things done, because if we're at 40,000 words and we're aiming for about 100,000 words, between 80 and 100,000 words, that means we're almost at the halfway point, and it does not feel like the halfway point. There's still so much that has to happen because there's so much information that needs to be here, and you don't want to info dump, so I have to spread it out evenly and well and blend it nicely. But at the same time, I've got to get on with the story. We'll know for sure where we're sitting with it by 50,000 words. If it's still a problem, we may have to make a few adjustments. So much for my plan to eat healthier while writing. We're going to hit 40,000 words, which is very exciting. And I'm talking to this in a cafe, surrounded by people who probably think I'm crazy. It's been a minute. Let's have a look and see if we've hit 40,000 words, because if we've hit 40,000 words, then we've done it. This has been the hardest 10,000 words of this book so far, but you know it's all going to be worth it. Writer's block is a serious thing, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but let's have a look and see if we actually got it. Okay, come on. 40,023 words done. 40,000 words! Oh, can you believe it? That was pretty terrible, honestly. I did have fun, but I also didn't have fun because my brain was literally melting. Let's have a little chat about writer's block. It sucks. There are a couple different reasons why it happens, and we're gonna go through all of those reasons now. kind of all of them. I'm kind of spitballing here, so I might miss some. A lot of the time, it's because you simply don't know what comes next. And for that kind of writer's block, it's really time to go. And if you haven't done an outline yet, you need to do an outline. I have a video on this channel about outlining. I'll link it below. And if you have done an outline and it's not working for you, again, go back, revise it. If it's not working, there's something wrong with it. But your number one tool with getting through writer's block, if you don't know what happens next, is to do a very, very thorough outline. The kind of writer's block that I was experiencing was more along the lines of, I know exactly what happens next, but I don't know how to get there. Once again, your outline. If you don't know how to get there, outline, but don't do it in a way that you would outline your entire book. Outline that particular sequence of events or that particular chapter as if you were outlining a whole book. Go into extreme detail with it. Leave no stone unturned. Touch on everything that you can possibly think of touching on, so that when you move forward, there is absolutely nothing left to chance. Difficult if you are a pantser instead of a plotter, but it really does help. Something else I would suggest if you are experiencing writer's block is to just take a step back for a minute and think about what it is that you're doing. Because if you try to force those words, number one, you're going to have a really terrible time trying to get it done. And number two, your words probably aren't going to be that good. You don't have to be 100% certain of everything if that's just not the way you write, but you do need to have some clue as to what you're doing. 40,000 words in, you know what that means? If we're aiming to get this book between 85,000 and 100,000 words, we're just about halfway through, which is actually a problem. I don't feel like I'm halfway through the book. There's still so much that has to happen. I am a bit worried that this book is going to run a lot over. Take your bets now. How long do you reckon this book is going to be? If you have any writing questions or videos you want to see, put that all in the comment section. I want to see what you want. I'm feeling happy. We're really getting progress with this book when it felt like it was impossible last week. Write a book along with me. This is a joint project. Let me know how your word counts are going. Where are you in your book? Have you written too many words that you now think it's gonna be a 120,000 word book? Subscribe if you're new here and if you like books and ridiculousness and want to learn how to write a book, because I'm doing lots of videos about how to do that. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Erin and I post videos like this quite often. You're on episode 3 at the moment, so if you haven't seen the last 2, you can find them in the description. Alright, that's it from me. I'll see you next time. Bye!